Hi, kids. Welcome to Sunday School. This week, we are continuing our study in Moses. So remember last week, we learned about his birth, and we learned about his finding the burning bush. It was his birth and his call. Terry, could you stop playing your game? I'm recording right now. Oh, thank you.
Sorry.
So anyway, back to our story. God heard his people cry for help. Have you ever cried loud for help? Help! Well, the people of Israel were crying out loudly for help because they had been enslaved in Egypt. And God chose Moses to lead the people from Egypt. God was going to show everyone that he, God, is the one true God. So God told Moses and Aaron to go see Pharaoh. Moses and Aaron did exactly what God told them. And God turned the river, the Nile River, to blood. You know, God sent some plagues onto the land of Egypt. So he turned, this is my box of plagues, he turned the river Nile to blood, made it red. The water became red. Well, that didn't do anything. And so God sent more plagues to the Egyptians. The land was covered with, ready? Frogs. Ribbit, ribbit. Lots of frogs. Frogs everywhere. Frogs in their food, frogs in their bed, frogs everywhere. Hopefully they weren't that big. Okay, and he also sent gnats. He sent gnats, and oh, how they annoyed everybody. They were everywhere. And then he sent flies. Could you imagine killing all the flies that invaded their land? I bet they did say, buzz off. And then the plagues hit their farm animals, their cows and their livestock, and their animals died. And then, not to make matters worse, they had horrible sores all over their bodies. All over. Can you imagine having boils and sores, open wounds, all over your body? Oh, how awful that was. Oh, and then they had hail. They had hail that landed down on them and ruined all their crops. And God may have sent some spiders, I don't know, and he sent some ants and locusts and all these things that just were horrible. And the people experienced all that. Oh, and then one thing that he did too is he sent darkness where they couldn't see. And it was dark everywhere, even outside it was dark. And this was pitch dark, so that they couldn't see. And God sent all of these plagues to get Pharaoh's attention. But you know what? It didn't work. The Bible tells us that after every plague, Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he wouldn't let the people of Israel go. Well, God sent one final plague. And this was a really sad one for the people of Egypt. every firstborn Egyptian son died. But God protected the children of Israel. So can you imagine? Every Egyptian's oldest son on one night died. The pain that must have caused. And the Israelites were spared because God told them to spread the blood of the lamb over the doorposts of their house. And wherever the death angel went, if the death angel saw the blood over the doorpost of the house, that firstborn son lived. Well, Pharaoh finally let the people go. God led the Israelites toward the Red Sea. And soon, Pharaoh changed his mind and chased after the Israelites. As Pharaoh approached, the Israelites became very, very afraid. And Moses told the people, "Don't be afraid. God will take care of you." God told Moses, "Lift up your staff over the sea. The sea will divide, and you will walk through on dry ground." And Moses did that. And the people of Israel walked across the dry ground. And when they got to the other side, by this time, guess what? The Egyptians in their chariots and with their horses were in the middle of the river. And Israel got to the other side. Moses brought down his staff. The sea came over the Egyptians and they all perished. But God rescued his people. Moses led the Israelites into the wilderness, but they could not find good water to drink. And you know what they did? They began to whine. "Oh, we don't have any water to drink. Oh, we want good water." I hope you don't whine to your parents. God showed Moses a tree, and when Moses threw the tree into the bad water, the water became good. God showed the people of Israel and the world that he is the one true God. You know, we also need to recognize that he is the one true God. And we put our trust and our belief in him. So, memory verse time. Last week, we learned Joshua 22:5, and I taught you some actions. And so we have your words there. You'll see the words, and let me show you the actions first, okay? Only be very careful to observe the commandment and the law that Moses, the servant of the Lord, commanded you. To love, put your heart, make a heart over your heart, to love the Lord your God, and to walk in all his ways, and to keep his commandments, and to cling to him, and to serve him with all your heart and with all your soul. Joshua 22:5. So now here are the words, and I want you to do that with me. Do those actions as we say it together. Only be very careful to observe the commandment and the law that Moses, the servant of the Lord, commanded you. To love the Lord your God, and to walk in all his ways, and to keep his commandments, and to cling to him, and to serve him with all your heart and with all your soul. Joshua 22:5. So, now, we're going to play a little game. So I'm going to ask my assistant to come, and she is going to help. And this game, you can play this maybe with your family. It might be sort of fun, to play it. And it's called Yes, Egyptian. And I'll tell you the rules, and then we'll show you how to play it. One of you is going to be an Egyptian, and you find yourself in the middle of the plague of darkness, which means you'll have to be blindfolded. And the other person is going to be the Israelites. Okay? So here we go. We're going to pause the tape and we'll get the game all set up. Ready? Okay, so here I am.
Mike?
What?
Turn around.
Hi.
There you go.
Oh, so here I am for the game, Oh Egyptians. I'm blindfolded because I'm an Egyptian bound in darkness. Okay? And so Joanna is somewhere here, and she is the Israelite. And so I will say, Oh Israelites, and she will respond. She'll respond.
Hi.
You're supposed to respond,
Yes, Egyptian.
Yes, Egyptians. And then I have to try to find her. All right? So here we go. I'm going to turn around. Oh, Israelites.
Yes, Egyptian.
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 Come on, dogs, help me find her. Oh, Israelites. Oh, Israelites.
Yes, Egyptian.
Oh, Israelites.
Yes, Egyptian.
I give up. Let my people go. All right. So anyway, that's the idea of the game. Okay.
Take the L.
She's too fast for me. So we'll see you next week. Bye.